Welcome Yamhill County to Speaking Frankly. I'm your host, Howie Harkema, and our tagline is, "And how we doing?" Well, we're doing just fine today. Our topic today is the second annual McMinnville Recycled Arts Festival and a call out to artists in Yamhill County and beyond to get involved. So I have the coordinator of the festival, Beth Rankin. Welcome, Beth.
How are you?
And we have her husband, who's also a committee member of the Recycled Arts Festival, Graham Rankin.
Good to be here.
Graham, nice to have you with us.
Glad to be here.
We're excited.
Me too.
So, second annual.
Oh, it went so well last year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So we'll see some of that on a short video
Right.
In a little bit. But let's talk about what is the McMinnville Recycled Arts Festival and this call out for artists.
Well, last year we had a pretty successful first year.
Right.
It was amazing. We gathered, we had 42 artists.
Wow.
And about 1,000 people came. And we were able to get evaluations and exit surveys. In that, we heard a couple people said they didn't know that artists were being solicited. And you know, last year we made a big effort to spread it, but that's why we're here now, today.
Really important to PR this event, but also the call out for local artists.
Right. And we are rolling already. We opened up the applications. What happened is we went ahead and sent out applications again to all the returning artists, well, all the artists that were there last year.
Right.
And over the course of the year since the last festival, we actually have been out at other festivals and talking to artists who are doing upcycled work. Mm-hmm. So we had about 100 names from there. So we have sent out invitations to about 150 people already. But we want everyone in the region to know who might be doing this work. We're not up to jury yet, okay? So come and apply.
That's awesome. So why recycled or reclaimed or repurposed items made into artwork? Why?
Well, you can think of it this way, in a couple of ways. One, it's items that are not going to end up in the trash.
Right.
But it also, and especially from an artist's perspective, it is a unique challenge to take what would be what would be trash to some people, and turn it into a piece of art, a piece of decor, something useful that can essentially last for generations.
And that's awesome.
We're such a throwaway society.
We are.
And other locations where they actually, like Recology has artists in residence in San Francisco, and also in Astoria, and possibly more locations. Mm-hmm. And what they have learned is when you have the ability to go into the dump, you come out not only with stuff that looks, okay, maybe I can do a few things with it, some things in perfect condition.
Yeah.
People throw away stuff when they're done with it without thinking about other uses.
That's exactly right. And many artists use these upcycled items to create incredible artwork.
Absolutely amazing. You know, there's a lot of misconception. We're calling it a recycled arts festival, and in reality, we're misusing the word.
Right.
When you recycle something, you break down into the components and you make the thing again. This is the joy of the styrofoam recycling that we can now do with Agilix, because now those styrofoam cups will be broken down into the components of the polystyrene, and Agilix then sells it to people who can make more styrofoam cups. So that's a circle.
So for those who don't know this, you can now take to Recology on a specific day, I think it is.
It's every day, but only if you live in McMinnville.
Only if you live in Mac. Your styrofoam. So if you get packaging or peanuts or any of that stuff, don't throw them in your garbage. Bag them up.
Not peanuts. Sorry.
Oh, no peanuts?
There's always rules. Yeah, there's problems with conveyor belts and stuff getting jammed and stuff like that. So right now it's the blocks and a few other things, and they have the signs up at the depot.
Awesome.
Yeah.
But you can take it there.
Yeah.
Yes.
And that's awesome. So how many artists are you hoping will apply, and where can they get the application?
Well, last year we had room for 42. This year, because the librarian plans on rearranging some furniture, we believe we'll have room for 50.
Wow.
And the application, right now we're having some computer issues, of course, but we are working fast and furiously. My co-coordinator, Andrea Harris, is working on that right now. And I'll just say, go to the Facebook page.
Okay.
Okay, the Facebook page will have it. If it doesn't work at this second, it will in a little bit.
Okay. So, have you identified any artists for 2020 already?
We have 10 applications already,
Okay.
Yep.
but
But that's, like I said, there's more that are, we're sure we're going to be getting in.
Plenty.
Because
Lot.
it's just gone out and
And it's early.
it is early.
Right, the
Well,
deadline-
but the deadline is coming up.
well,
Yes.
but it's
4 weeks away.
it's Valentine's Day.
That's easy to remember.
Okay, midnight. Okay, we'll leave it midnight on Valentine's Day, and the jury is meeting the next day.
Awesome.
So we will let people know pretty quickly.
That's awesome. So how is Linfield and their community involved in the festival beyond just the library?
We've really expanded Linfield's activity level also.
Participation.
Participation, thank you. For example, we have a senior who is doing her senior project with us.
Ooh.
Lexi Kerr is a student in the Journalism and Media Studies Department,
Right.
JAMS. And so she brings to us marketing expertise, graphic arts expertise,
Sure.
utilization of computer programs, all kinds of stuff. So she's helping specifically identify our total marketing program. She's helping implement that component portion on campus. And she's also helping develop kids' activities and helping us find volunteers from the Linfield community.
Right.
All right, so she's got a very important role. Additionally, there's several students with Bill Flieger's Environmental Studies program who will potentially be involved. We have also requested, solicited interest from the drama department's costume.
Interesting.
Okay, and you haven't heard about this yet. Okay. So we're going to segue to what's the program and why would we want a costume person? We had such grand ideas when we started last year, and we knew we had to hold it down. So last year, it occurred to us we might want to have a recycled fashion show.
Woohoo!
Now, if you attended, you noticed a woman walking around with a modified wedding gown. Carol Williams is a wonderful, wonderful individual who lives in, not Dundee,
Lafayette.
well, near there.
Just outside of
Anyway, she offers free gowns
Oh,
for weddings, probably also proms and dress-up type
Sure.
things like that. And she was kicking off her business. So we were very, very happy to have her join us and give her a little exposure, because what she did was exactly show how you can have fun playing with your clothes, upcycling. All she did was take picnic ware, white plates, white forks, spoons, and knives, and made flowers on her wedding gown.
wow.
And she walked around, and I would say people, the reaction was the whole gamut. From, what is that, to, oh my goodness, why didn't I think of that? You know?
So in the costuming idea, are you going to have like a catwalk or?
We are going to have a fashion show.
Awesome.
Okay, so actually, we're going to have a sip and shop on Friday night.
Explain that.
Okay, this is big in Portland, and we're bringing it to McMinnville. It is an event in the evening. It's an evening out. It'll run from 6 to 9. You will pay admission to come in, and we're going to charge $25. You will get 2 drink tickets. There will be light appetizers there because OLCC says you can't drink without eating.
Okay.
Okay. And we'll do that for a little bit. We might have an announcement from hopefully something that's going to be happening. We don't know. And then we will start the fashion show, and the fashion show will run about a half hour, and then everybody can go shop and get first dibs at the tables.
That's awesome.
The fashion show will be fashions made by the artists.
That's even more fun. You can imagine.
Yes. And of course, the MC we'll have information about that when we do the show in April.
Right.
Okay, with Ken Moore. So
And
pay
me,
attention.
And me.
Oh, you're gonna.
Because we already booked you for April 2nd or something.
Okay, good. Good.
Yeah.
We'll dance with everybody.
Yeah.
We're going to have a really vibrant program.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So do you still need volunteers for this?
Of course we do. Of course we do. So we're picking up volunteers, of course, from the Linfield community as well as the general community. And we do have a person on the committee that is working just for volunteers. We hope to help our vendors move in and out because that moves things very quickly.
Right.
We will have somebody, of course, collecting money as well as selling more drink tickets on the Friday night event. We will have people handing out the pamphlet, which will be a new version of what we handed out last year.
Which looks like this.
Which will have inside information about each artist, as well as their location where they are in the room, and all the community members who have helped subsidize this event have ads.
So talk about your sponsorship for a moment.
Okay. Of course, our biggest sponsor is Zero Waste
Of
McMinnville.
course.
And you have a question later, so
Right.
I'll throw it in here. They will receive any income after expenses. This is a fundraiser for
Right,
Zero
right.
Waste. Okay. Our other big sponsor is Recology. Recology will be once again paying for the banner that will hang over 3rd Street.
Of course it will.
So it'd be nice. And we're waiting to see how Linfield is going to sponsor us still.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So how many artists will be juried, vetted, and then notified?
However many apply will be juried.
Okay.
Okay? Your guess is as good as mine. Okay? I think we're going to get a better response because we got some street cred now.
Sure.
Okay? And some of the applications that have come in, we have a drop-down list of how they heard about us, and 2 of them said they heard about us from vendors.
Okay.
That means the people that participated last year spoke positively about this.
Oh, of course they
Yeah.
did. So what is the cost of the tabletop for the artists?
Okay, we have several different sizes of tables and booth spaces. Everything from a 10 by 10 booth space where they supply their own table and whatever. And then we also have other spaces that have tables because there are the library tables.
Right.
Some of which move and some of which don't. But there is a varied sizes, everything from a 5 by 6 space up to the 10 by 10. The highest price is $75, and then they go on down from there.
Okay.
And on the website, they have, on the application, they give all the various prices,
Right.
and the artist can specify what size they want.
So when you say website, do you mean Zero Waste's website?
No,
or
no.
the Facebook
On the
page?
Facebook page, there is the link
Okay.
to the application,
Okay.
on the application.
The information sheet will
Yeah,
have it.
thank you.
Yeah.
So Zero Waste receives the proceeds.
Yep. Last year we did well. We were able to give them around $700. So for a first year event to have
That's fantastic.
money left over.
And have 1,000 people come through?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is the date, time, and place of this second annual festival?
Okay, so it will be Friday night, April the 17th, from 6 to 9. That's, again, as Beth said, that's the sip and shop with the fashion show.
Right.
And there will be some live music too.
And there's a cost to attend that?
There's a cost
The
to attend that.
$25.
That's the $25, but you get a couple of drink tickets.
Right.
Okay, and
Makes
your
it worth
first
it.
chance to get at the sales. Saturday is open to everybody. It is free, and it's there from 10 to 4. And again, this is at the library on the Linfield campus. And if you haven't been there, come in the back way behind Albertsons. You'll find it much easier.
It's the first building on the right-hand side as you make the curve.
Right.
Yeah,
So it's
yeah,
pretty
it's
simple
right
stuff.
there, and there's ample parking.
Okay, I was going to ask you about the parking because there's a limited amount of parking in front of the library.
Right.
Where are you putting the other
We're
vehicles?
going to have another lot with signs leading to it, more parking.
Okay.
And it's basically the back side of the library, so you just have
Right.
to walk around on the sidewalk to the front door.
That's fantastic. So what is the recycled artwork cost range?
While we jury this, so we want people to know that they're getting things that are made well.
Right.
Okay.
They're going to last.
They should last, yeah. The prices range all over. We want this to be accessible to everyone.
Right.
So they start at 50 cents.
Okay.
And they go, well, okay.
What starts at 50 cents?
Well, the children's table.
Well, we're going to talk about that too.
Yeah, we will. And then so far, the highest price that any of the 10 applications have come in, ask them to give a range,
Right.
has been $2,500. We did have someone who I don't think will return this year, just he enjoyed it. He didn't make any sales. He didn't expect to because his stuff is pricey.
Sure.
Yeah, and it was up in the tens of thousands. So he got good exposure, but he knows that it's not exactly.
So if you're a welder and you wanted to build a 7-foot elephant out of metal
Bring it.
and charge $10,000,
Good luck.
you might not.
You might not sell it, but we'll be real happy to give you a booth.
We'll jury you if your welding is good.
If your welding is good,
We'll jury you
and it
in.
doesn't even have to be precious stones like you see in India.
Yeah. So talk about the kids. And last year you had students also involved in this,
Yes.
in upscaling
Right.
all of this.
So we had anticipated getting high school and college involved. And what ended up happening, we got Montessori Elementary, which was perfect, absolutely perfect. The president's daughter, Miles Davis' daughter, actually goes
Oh,
there.
awesome.
So that's what happened. She heard me telling him about it, and Elizabeth said, can I draw a picture? And that's what started it. The kids were very excited. We were going to have them do a display. It turned into a sales table. And because they enjoyed it, we're going to tell this other group that participated last year, it's the same deal for them. The fabrication shop, which is Chip Ford at the Mac High School.
Yeah.
Beautiful shop. Oh my gosh. The rolling mill really contributed a lot of equipment there. We are lucky to have that here
No
in
kidding.
McMinnville. Those students participated by having items on display last year. This year we're telling them this is sale time. So they can learn a little bit about that end of the business if they ever want to do something like that too.
Well, isn't it fantastic to start them so young
Yeah.
to get into the recycled artwork or how do you say it?
Repurpose.
Repurpose, reuse, upcycling.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the kids, I think that's why that elementary age was so ideal. They don't know they can't do it. Why can't they do it?
Sure they can.
It's us old people who go, I don't want to
Well,
go
we're
back.
stuck in our ways, and that's the way it works.
Well, actually, it's easier, I think, for people our age, Howie, because we remember pre-plastic.
Yes, I remember when there was no plastic.
Right. So we know it can be done. All right.
I had a radio back when I was very young.
And it worked for years.
And it did. It worked forever. But it was made of that other stuff. It wasn't quite plastic. I'm not even sure.
Bakelite?
Yeah, Bakelite. That's it.
Oh, that's valuable now.
Oh, my. And I still have it, too. Amazing.
You're going to get a call now.
So we get to look at the video from last year. It's 1 minute and 11 seconds long, so it's not going to bite into our time too much.
Good.
So if you could trigger that video, that would be awesome. So again, that was from last year. There's some fantastic stuff there.
It's so exciting to see the photos when they come in. It's really a lot of fun. So Howie, you
Yes?
expressed some interest maybe in participating.
Well, being an artist myself, I might be interested in a couple things. Assisting in your poster, number one, because I'm a graphic artist.
Okay.
But I also paint and I also do other things. So I am interested in doing something for this year.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, we'll talk.
Yes. Yes. And I still have to be juried in. So
Well, not on the
we'll
poster.
talk. Well, we'll talk about the poster.
Okay.
Yeah. So what were some of the challenges last year in coordinating this event, and what do you hope for this year with more help?
And we do have a larger committee.
Yeah.
I mean, last year we had 4, and now we have 9. I smartened up. Well, we'll see. I don't know. But at least the workload is distributed a little bit better. So some of the challenges. One challenge we had last year was the signage.
Oh,
Okay, that discussion we just had about how to get to the library ended up being a problem. And this showed up again on the exit surveys. The security actually brought 10 groups of people over to the library.
Really?
Because when people go in the front main gate, right across from Fellows, there's no easy way to get to the library. And there's activities, like last year there was something going on at the baseball field, and that road was blocked, and that helped the connection. So we really want people to follow the signs and go in at Albertsons.
right.
But we have permission from Grounds this year to put more signs up. They were extremely reluctant last year because they have underground irrigation. And if we puncture the system, that
Right.
causes expense,
And
obviously.
it's PVC and
Right,
probably
so we
would-
have to be and they allowed us to put 4 signs up last year, so we now have permission to put up as many as we need because we behaved.
Well, being that this is for zero waste, I have an interesting concept. What if there was a bus at Albertsons and people parked at their parking lot, got on the bus, and it zipped over and then came back and did that route multiple times?
I love that, Howie.
Because we're
Now we
talk-
just have to find a bus. Who can sponsor a bus? This would be really helpful.
Yes.
Maybe even Yamhill
Transit?
could do it.
Yeah, and I do know a bus driver.
Well, there's the deal, and there's also multiple churches that
Yeah.
have
Yeah.
buses that you could maybe get in touch with
Thank
as
you,
well.
Howie.
That's a great
Excellent
idea.
idea.
Because it's about recycling.
Yes.
I had this dream the night before the festival last year that it was a field of dreams situation with the car lights, the headlights coming, and not enough parking. And somebody did tell me, I never got outside. So I never did verify. Somebody did tell me there was parking on the street. So maybe I need to talk to the campus police or whatever they call it. And
Security.
Security.
Yeah,
and,
security.
and talk to them about suggestions.
Yeah, that's a good idea. So I'm just going to ask you one more question, and then we're going to be done pretty much. So the involvement this year with Linfield is much greater.
Yes.
and you have a larger committee.
Yes.
Are you learning how to delegate some of this responsibility so it's not on you and you're not frazzled at the end of this? Like last year?
I am going on vacation the next day.
How are you going to jury somebody in if you're going on vacation?
I'm going on vacation the day after.
Oh, I see. I get it. And
But-
Graham, how did you keep her from going insane last year when this was lots of wine or?
A lot of yes, dear, and
Yes.
we can do this.
And I support you.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
It really worked.
And I answer to Yamhill.
No, it was surprising how well it worked. It was supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Right.
Yes.
And this is supposed to happen.
Yes. Oh, sure.
And it's supposed to be an annual event.
It's going to be,
And-
Crackpots just celebrated their 20th year.
Yeah.
They can't even count the number of people that go because of their location. We can. We know we had an excellent first year.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So, Graham, one more time on the dates, times, and location.
Okay, that camera.
Right here.
April evening, Friday evening, 17th, from 6 to 9 p.m., and on Saturday from 10 to 4. Friday night is the special event, paid. Saturday is free for everybody, and we will have goodies from all different levels, and most of the vendors will take plastic.
We have about a minute and a half left. Let's talk about some of the things that last year that you're hoping for again this year.
One thing we're going to do, which we hadn't talked about, Howie, is we're going to have kids' activities.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, this is important for people to know, and also
So they
for the
can
artists
bring their
to know.
kids
You can
on
bring your
Saturday.
kids. There's going to be a table. They're going to be able to make their own art from trash. Okay.
Trash art.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we're also going to have not a scavenger hunt, almost like a bingo board where they have to go around and find items.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah. So parents should be able to shop, and that's part of our volunteer needs.
But that's
to
not
make-
Friday, that's the
That's Saturday. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes, Friday night is adults only.
But yeah,
Right.
it should be adults only. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And so Caroline wants me to ask you the question about reusable Swiffers.
Well, it's funny. I posted on the festival page today. Somebody had crocheted up the cover for a Swiffer because obviously Swiffers are single-use items.
Right.
And there's a lot of plastic in them.
Right.
So, and that's why they're so strong, that you can clean so well. Well, obviously, if you make it with reusable, cleanable yarn, it's a reusable item. So we are hoping to have some items like that for sale.
Awesome. And those will be at the event? or all-
Sustainable living. We will have 4 tables of sustainable living items.
Awesome.
Yes.
So, Zero Waste is doing their thing again.
Yeah.
Thank you for being involved in all of
It's,
this.
it's fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Beth.
Thank you, Howie.
Yes.
Thank you, Graham, for
Okay,
being
it's
on
always-
today.
Yeah, it's always a pleasure to be here.
So thank you very much for watching today. I hope that you get out on the 17th and 18th of April to Nicholson Library at Linville College and see the incredible artwork that's going to be there for sale and items that you possibly can just learn how to make yourselves. Thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed the show. We appreciate it.